Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22, part 2, with me, Mr. Silly P. Welcome back to the mods from Friday the 27th of October. This is part 2, vehicles, trailers, etc. If you missed part 1, there should be a link, a card thing will come up in the corner of the screen now, hopefully. So, there are 32 plus mods, I said this in the first one, with packs and all the extra bits and bobs, well over 50, too much to fit into one mod review. Updates I did on part 1, so all the updates, and there were a lot of updates too, are all in there. So we'll crack on with part 2. Starting with the Lizard RB12T, or the RB12T 12 ton by Gian FS, 5.22 megabytes download, 4 slots on console. This you'll find under tools and trailers. 16,500 for the base model. You got the option of a 12,000 or a 15,000 litre. So standard 12,000 litre with extension 15,000 litre. Wheel setup, we've got standard, standard 2, standard 3. Then we've got design no, fenders and mud flaps or off, shovel yes or no, main colour anything on this palette here, and then rim colour any one of those. License plate option on there too. Let's jump out. Start her up. No lights on the trailer itself, as you can see. Tipping, unload here. There's no grain door. Nice smooth animation. Lovely. That's the Lizard RB12T by Gian FS. It's been a day. It's been a day. Next, we've got this. Soak up. This is the Old Wooden Trailer by RajotGPLAY and BorSuk. It is 4.61 megabytes download, 3 slots on console. I have got a bale in this at the moment. You can have a bale trailer option, but even in the configuration where it will take crops, it still has tension straps. This is from the liftable bales pack. Please let me pick it up. There's still straps attached. That's interesting. Ah, that's because when you put on the tension straps, they don't actually go in. You can't see them inside. They are underneath. I don't know if you can see. Hang on, let's put that on. Just there you can see the 2 clips. If I come a little bit closer, unfasten, they'll disappear. The same there as well. So now I should be able to pick that bale up. There we go, let's get the bale out. So tension straps are still in it, even if you've got it in its capacity for picking up. We can, what have we got? Tip side left, tip side right, tip side back, tip side back, tip side left. Tip side right is the opposite of tip side left. There's no rear hitch on this, so you can't hook multiple ones together. You will find this also under tools and trailers. Just there, 1,400 for the base model. Slot count will come down from 3 to 1. You've got capacity 3,150 litres. Pallets 2,560 litres. We've got wheel setup standard, wide, and back again. Main colour does the framework like that. Design colour, you've got different shades of wood, so you can pick your wood type you want to go for on there. Then rim colour, that's your rim colour, like that. Those are your choices. On the Old Wooden Trailer by RajotGPLAY and BorSuk. Next we've got the Fliegl TMK160 by Majkel, which we'll hook up to. Interesting, we've got 2 Fliegl TMKs, but by 2 different modders. So this one is the 160 by Majkel, 11.9 megabytes download, 5 slots on console. Now this one has got 2 size options. In the larger size option, this will only do silage type crops, forage crops. In the smaller option, it will do everything. So if you go for the larger option, it will only do forage crops, something to be aware of. This you will also find on tools and trailers. So the TMK 160, 32,500 for the base model. Slot count of 5 comes down to 1. Capacity at 17,500 will take everything. At 22,500 that will only do forage crops. We have got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, back to Trelleborg. And the Trelleborg we have got those. Michelin, those. BKT, just that. Vredestein, those. We've got ladder with or without. Design 1. 2. What changed on the back? Oh yeah, it was on the back. So we got a box section bar on the back of design 1. Design 2 puts a round bar in galvanised. Then you got attacher, this is at the front. So we've got top attacher, low attacher, pin hitches. Then you got a low ball attacher, or back to top attacher at pin hitch. Main colour, anything on that pallet. Design colour, that or that. Galvanises the frame underneath. Rim colour, anything on that pallet. And a license plate option on there too. So this one we have got the option of tip side back or tip side grain door. Nice and quick unload. Lighting on it as well, indicators and reverse lights. Does have a rear trailer hitch too, so you can hook up other pin hitch trailers behind it. That's the Fliegl TMK 160 by Majkel. Next we have got the TMK 256, the Fliegl TMK 256. It's by Schnibbl modding, 13.82 megabytes download, 5 slots on console as well. Now this one, in either configuration, that's why I got the second one out because I wanted to double check. So whether you go for the smaller configuration or the extension, this will do all crop types. So the larger one doesn't just do forage crops, it will do everything, which is pretty cool. Slightly larger than the previous one. Again, tools and trailers. TMK 256, 55 grand for the base model. We go from 17,300 litres up to a 23,500. It's not hugely bigger, is it? 17.5, 22.5, and that one's a lot cheaper actually, the TMK 160. The 256 I thought would be a larger capacity. Anyway, so 17.3 or 23,500. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT and Vredestein. Under Trelleborg just that, Michelin just that, under BKT we've got that or that. And then under Vredestein we've just got that with a license plate option on there too. And like I said, this will do. I think we've got grapes in that one. We've got wheat in this one. Tip side back, tip side grain door. We have got a bit of adjustment there depending on what tractor you go for. So you can adjust the angle of the said dangle. Unload. Like that. Or if we go for grain door. Nice sound effects, lights, indicators and reverse lights as well. This one doesn't have a rear trailer hitch. I think there's a difference between do that and that. So yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Which one would you go for? With the fact they both come out on the same day, almost exactly the same capacities. That one's cheaper. That one's got a rear trailer hitch. Downside, this one doesn't have a rear trailer hitch, but this one will do all crop types in both configurations. Downside on that one, in the larger configuration, will only do forage crops. So yeah, you can sort of pick between the two. So there you go. That's the Fliegl TMK 256 by Schnibbl modding. Next, we've got this. This is the Lizard DCFCO 8000. I think that's right, by Holzs FS. This is 12.65 megabytes download. This will do fertilising at 15 metres, liming at 12 metres, or manure spreading at 10 metres. So rather than just being fertiliser and lime, it will do manure spreading as well, which makes it quite a versatile bit of kit. Capacity is not huge, 4,200 litres, but if you're doing 4,200 litres of fertiliser, lime as well, that might be a little bit tricky because you tend to use a lot more lime than you do fertiliser, but the price isn't too bad either. You will find this under fertiliser spreaders just there, 12,266. Again, price not too bad at all. 90 horsepower required. Slot count will come down from 10 to 1. Did I say the slot count? Capacity 3,800 or 4,200. We've got sticker design 1 or 2. If you want to stand out in the crowd, stick a 2. Then you've got deflector, that's inside. You've got no or yes. So that's if you're putting in fertilizer and stuff and you might have bulky, clumpy chunks as it goes in. It's supposed to hit that, break it up and sort of spread it around, deflects it out and spreads it evenly as well around the tank. Those are your options. I've gone for manure in this one, but like I said, it's 15 meters out of fertilizer, lime is 12, manure to 10. So let's hook it up. A slight technical issue you might have noticed. I'd already started the engine, something went wrong with the recording, but anyway, not to worry, we're all good now. So what we need to do is unfold the fertilizer spreader, which opens the door, but what we can do is open the cover, which does that, which enables us to see belts and pulleys and whatnot. If I unfold the fertilizer spreader now, you can see the door open. We can fold that cover back up, we don't have to have that open. We can activate double application rate as well. So on single application rate, this should run about 9, is it 9 or 10 miles an hour? So I turn this on now, should be a 10 meter spread of manure. Yep, 9 miles an hour. If I now change it to activate double application rate, and we go again, turn it on and drive forward, we should go about 4 or 5. We are getting twice the amount down. Nice bit of manure steam coming off there. I like this. It's nice and versatile, having the option to do lime, fertilizer, and manure. And it doesn't seem to be getting through it too quickly. I must admit, I thought at a 10 meter spread and only having what 4,200 whatever it was in it, it would go down really quickly, but it doesn't seem to be, which is pretty good. So there you go. That's the Lizard DCFCO 8000 by Holzs FS. Next, we've got this. This is a little bit different as well. This is the FertiMAX by Senor Vertex and Palito. 12.35 megabytes download, 9 slots on console, 3 meters wide. This is a sugarcane cultivator. Now it will work, it will put down fertilizer, so it cultivates and fertilizes at the same time. FertiMAX. It's designed specifically for working with sugarcane. I tried it on a normal crop bit of ground that's already been harvested, and it didn't cultivate, but it did put, I don't think it cultivated, but it did put fertilizer down. But like I say, it's supposed to be used for sugarcane. That's the point behind it. So that's where you will find it under sugarcane technology. Just there, the FertiMAX Dual, 20 grand. Slot count will come down from 9 to 1. 2,000 litre tank, 140 horsepower required. You have signal lights, yes or no. Not signal lights, yes, no. Sorry, signal lights, yes. License plate. So signal lights and a license plate on there as well. If you take the license plate option off, it will leave the bracket there. So it depends whether you want the bracket or not. You can just go for the lights and it doesn't put the bracket on. Then you've got work lights, no. You've got lights for ground, which puts lights pointing down. You've then got rear lights at the bottom, or sorry, in the middle, and then top or all. So ground and 2 sets in the back. And then we can change our work light model. So we've got that, or we've got LED square ones, which I think was what I went for. Fertilizer box colour, anything on that palette, like that. Fertilizer box lid, anything on that palette. Footboards, does all the hand guards and railing. And then rim colour, anything on that palette. There is a silver metallic, there's a chrome, but then anything else you want to choose. And then license plate option, yes or no. Oh, well, your license plate choice, whichever you want to go for. So, I have taken the liberty of doing some sugarcane, which I don't often do. So, we can open the cover. There we go. Nice sound effects, nice animations. We can lower that all down, so we're good to go. Turn it on. Oh, lights as well, if you've gone for the pack that puts them pointing down and on the back, so LEDs on there, nice and bright. I'll turn those back off, don't need them on. That's curious, because that is turned on, that is lowered. It is putting fertiliser down, but it doesn't appear to... I suppose the cultivating side of it, all that's doing is that's putting the fertiliser... So whilst it's not technically cultivating, it's opening and closing the little trench to put the fertiliser down into the ground. I don't know if you can see it's getting dark. If I go over this patch here, you'll see it's getting dark on the ground. So it's fertilising in between. So I'm not sure if it's supposed to be actually doing any fertilising, or it's designed... Because the thing about sugarcane, because sugarcane regrows, so you don't want it to be taking the crop out the ground. So I guess, yeah, that's what it's supposed to do, isn't it? Like I say, interesting bit of equipment. Something a little bit different we don't normally get. I think last time I had some sugarcane stuff. That's the TT FertiMAX by Senor Vertex and Palito. Next, we've got these. This is the HKL Silo System by Kastor D-S-Agrarservice. 14.88 megabytes download, 2 slots on console, 25,000 litre capacity or 18,500 litre capacity. You'll see what I mean in a moment. Now, one of the mods that's required for this had an update, and it's the MAN TGX 26640 HKL Rolland IT runner by Kastor Stephen W7K D-S-Agrarservice Univers Simu modding. So that's a kind of required mod, and when you install this mod, it will give you the option to install this mod. And as part of that, and I will show you it because it is relevant, I won't show you the whole mod, but with the update with this, if we scroll down to our options for, where are we? Here, hook lift capability, you've got Rolland container, IT runner container, or hack and lift silo. You need it on that. If you want to use this silo mod and move them around, you need it on hack and lift silo. When you get that option, it will do all the stuff it needs to do for silos. As far as the silos go, you'll find those under big bag pallets. So under objects, big bag pallets, and we scroll across. So here we have got, so if big bags and pallets aren't enough and you want more bulk, you can get 25,000 litres of whichever you want. So you've got silo 1 wheat, oat, solid fertiliser, lime, pig food, seed, road salt, mineral feed, and then we move, so they're the 25,000 litre ones, and then we move on to the 18,500 litre, which is a little bit smaller and a little bit cheaper, not by a huge amount, but so again, wheat, oat, fertiliser, lime, pig food, seed, road salt, mineral feed, and then we move on to 2 refillable ones, 25,000 litre or 18,500. So these ones, when they've been used, when they're empty, they will disappear. Like pallets do, like big bags do, once they're empty, they will disappear. These ones, the refillable ones, stay, and you can fill them up, unload them, refill them, unload them, refill them. So it's just a movable silo that you can fill and refill whenever you want. They stay in this colour. There's no colour option on these ones. Slot count on these is 2, which comes down to 1 for whichever subsequent one you buy. But here was something odd, and I want to check something, because you can buy them at 22,500. Say for example seed, 22,500 for 25,000 litres of seed. That's not a bad price. But it does give you the option to lease it for 1,147. So if you lease it, you've got 25,000 litres. This one is leased. 25,000 litres. I think it's got mineral feed in it for a little over $1,000, which is curious because it makes me wonder whether you can actually use it or not. Anyway, start the lorry up. We'll drop off the container. So if you've got it in the hack and lift silo option, it will do that. It will slowly lower it down. You can detach it now if I press triangle, but you don't want it dropping too far. So you want it to lower down as far as it will go, and then we detach it and it will drop it into place, which is great. So I've got a larger one and a smaller one here. One of them is for fertiliser and one of them is, I can't remember what it was, pig food. Now this one is refillable. So at the moment it's empty. I can do the same thing. I can drive up to it, line myself up, hopefully line myself up, and it will give me the option to hook it up, and I can load the container on. It will lower it back down. I can drive off and I can move it wherever I want to go. If I press triangle again, I can unload it. So the refillable one These can be done with conveyors if you want to, but I've got some fertiliser in here. So if I back up to this, now I can unload into it like that, and when I want to take out of it, like I say, you can put a conveyor underneath it if you want to, an auger, but if I go to here it says refill tipper, press L3 and I'm taking out of it. So that's the refillable one, that's how that works, no problem at all. What I'm going to do is just unload this here on the ground. As far as the pig food one goes, which isn't refillable, this should say refill tipper. There you go. So I'm taking out the silo and I'm putting my pig food in, which is great. That works absolutely fine. Now what I'm curious about is the one that I leased. Why would you buy if you can? It's very strange. Yeah, refill tipper. So I'm taking mineral feed out of it. I'm not sure that's going in my trailer though. But I didn't buy it. Oh, there we go. So once that's empty, that will disappear, and I only rented it. That will get fixed, surely, won't it? If it doesn't, don't tell anyone. 25,000 litres of fertiliser or seed or whatever for the cost of leasing. Yeah, let me take it out of there, and it is leased. It should say when I come up to it. What's this owned by? I didn't buy it. Owned by? That's curious, very curious. But I like this. This is cool. And this, we had something else like this a while back, didn't we? Who's the other one from? Is it DD Mod Passion? I'm trying to think. I'm sure we had something like this from DD Mod Passion. Load container, so it'll lift it up into position, raises the hook lift, and then it will tip it down. And you can drive away. Probably should wait until it's on and then go and put it elsewhere. That's cool. That's the HKL Silo System by Kastor D-S-Agrarservice. Next, we've got this, the Lizard P430 by Zdun, FramerLS, Kastan 18 and Kazani 317. I think that's right. 5.74 megabytes download, 3 slots on console, 3.5 meters wide, no options. This is a weeder. Now, you know, I don't often run weeds. I haven't got weeds running on this map, but I can show you it in it operating, how it works. It's mechanical. What is cool as well, somebody would normally sit on this seat here, and you've got this handlebar. And if you move the handlebar left or right, it adjusts the weeder left or right to make sure you're staying in between the rows and not ripping plants up as you go. So as the tractor driver's going along, if there's any movement on the tractor, the operator on the back has got the ability to adjust it side to side in real life. It's a very cool looking piece of equipment. You will find it under weeders, just there, 1,200, 30 horsepower required, 3.5 meters wide. Like I said, there's no options, get it just like that. So we'll start this up. I haven't actually got any weeds to do, but I can show you it running. You try and get those between the rows if you can. Obviously it's going to depend on what you've got, but it won't rip anything up if you don't. But and as you go along, it mechanically does its thing, and the person that would be sitting in that seat would be adjusting side to side just to make sure you don't rip up any plants as you go. There's no option to do that manually from, like, say in cab or on the tractor or anything like that, but it is a weeder and it will weed. I like the operation of that. The detail on all the mechanical elements on that is brilliant. So that's the Lizard P430 by Zdun, FramerLS, Kastan 18 and Kazani 317. Lovely bit of kit. Next we have got, oh yeah, where is it? Where did I put it? Oh yeah. We've got this, the IH International Harvester, Cyclo Air 800 planter by EY Modding, 6.48 megabytes download, 7 slots on console, 2.5 meters wide. This is another one that has no options. We've got fertilizer box and boxes and seed boxes, seed box, chunky box section, 4-row planter, Now, this is an interesting one in that that's where you'll find it under planters, but when you get to it, and it's, apologies if it gets loud, it's pouring down with rain all of a sudden, so you might pick something up. But up the top right it says these machines are used to seed crops like wheat, barley or canola. But the planter, because it's a planter, it doesn't do any of those crops. It will do corn, sunflower, soybean, sugar beet or cotton. 10 grand, 2.5 metres wide. Like I said, no options, you get it just like that. So what we'll do, we'll start it up. We can open the covers, or we can open the covers, all of them. So seed and fertiliser. Close those covers down like that. We've got ridge markers, left, right or off if you don't want them on. This is not a direct drill, so you will need to have mulched, cultivated, done something. You won't be able to direct drill after a crop, so you will need to do something. We'll turn it on. Nice animation on that. And away we go. Bad speed either, actually, 9 miles an hour. Get some corn in the ground. Lovely job. That's the International Harvester Cyclo Air 800 planter by EY Modding. Next, we have this. This is the Rostselmash Corn Champion 5R by KalifZerich. 1.71 megabytes download, 4 slots on console, 3.4 meters wide, no options on this. This is the Rostselmash version of the Ziegler. The Ziegler Corn Champion 5R. It's pretty. I mean, it's identical. It's just in the Rostselmash colours, designed to go with the Rostselmash Nova 330. You will find it under corn headers. So the Corn Champion 5R is there. 4 slots, 19 grand. Ziegler harvesting. Other end, the Corn Champion 5R, 4 slots, 19,000. Slot count comes down to 1. Same width, does corn and it does sunflower. Like I said, no options, get it just like that. Start it up. And away we go. So like I say, it's just a Rostselmash version of the Ziegler. But if you want one to match up with your Rostselmash harvester, it fits the bill. Does the job. Nice animation. I know I always say that, but it's true. It's everything you could wish for from a 3.4 metre Rostselmash Corn Champion header. There you go. That's by KalifZerich. Next, we've got this. I thought I was going insane with this. This is the Gyrax G760 by Agri Design Modding. 23 megabytes download, 17 slots on console, 7.6 meters wide. Because in the mod hub, this showed this under description under mowers. I went in, looked under mowers. I looked everywhere, couldn't find it. Then I saved the game, came out, thought maybe I didn't enable it. Checked, it was enabled, came back in. I couldn't work it out. Then realised it was under mulchers, so you can have it as a mulcher or a mower. It's your choice. I think that's the mowing configuration, and that might be the mulching. I'm pretty sure that's the way around I did it. So that's where you'll find it, under mulchers, just there. 60 grand, 150 horsepower required. Slot count will come down from 17 to 1. We've got lights option, yes or no. That's on the back. We've got mulcher or mower. Those are your two options. Then you've got attacher, you've got 3-point, you've got K80, which is a ball hitch, or you've got the standard, which is a pin hitch, or you can go back to 3 points. Entirely up to you. Then license plate option on there as well. So under mowing configuration, I've got this one open at the moment. It's a batwing mower, mulcher. We'll unfold the other one in just a second. Turn it on. So you've got the lights option. Nice LED lights fanning out, so you can see what you're doing behind you. Drop it down. And we are mowing 7.6 metres. Those lights are pretty good, I have to say. So stop that. Lift it up. Folding up. Lovely job. So I think that was with the pin hitch. This one I went with the 3-point, so this is the mulching version. So we'll see the hook up this side. And then see it unfolding. And there we go. In its mulching configuration. That's the Gyrax G760 by Agri Design Modding. Next, we got all these. This is the Pertinger Nova Eurocat pack by Agri Design Austria. 73.49 megabytes download. I've got some extra notes here because I've got all of the slot counts, etc. written down. Now there's a load of these with a load of different configurations, which in the real world I think make more of a difference. So I'm going to show you a few of the different options and the differences between them, and we'll see if we can work out what impact that has game wise. So these you will find under mowers. And we start here with the NovaCat 262, 8 slots, 2.6 meters wide. Then you've got the 262 ED, which is 11 slots, 2.6 meters. Now, with each of these pairings, the standard one is 8 slots and the ED version is 11 slots. So I don't need to go through all of those again. The 302s are 3 meters wide, and then we've got the 352V. That one's 3.5 meters wide. We've then got the 272, which is 2.7 meters with the ED version, and then we've got the 312, which is 3.1 meters wide. As far as options go on these, and this is what I mean about, we'll have a look and see what difference it makes. So on the NovaCat 262, we've got operating instructions tank. Now there's a little black box on the back, yes or no. I think that's just a visual thing, and in the real world that will make a difference. I can't see anything it does in game. You got swath plates, so you got no, right, both, and no again. I'll show you that, what it looks like on the actual model. Then we've got the option of yellow rubber or yellow plastic for the cover, and then design colour, white rubber or white plastic. We can change. Now, the 262 ED has what looks like a conditioner on the back. We'll see what difference that makes actually when we're working. But again, we got the operating instructions tank, yes or no. But then you've got hydraulic on transport protection. So that puts a hydraulic arm on the end for folding it up. Again, for the look of how it works, main colour again, yellow rubber, yellow plastic. The same options on both of them for the 302 and the 302 ED. Like I say, different size, but same options. The 352. We've got the same thing here on this one. We've got a swath plate, no, right, both, no. Same colour for the options for rubber and plastic on design and main colour. Then we move up to the 272. So as we go into the next set of them, these ones have some different options. So these have conveyor belt on drum. So same option for that, but so these are drum based rather than being, I'm not sure if these are the right way around. Then you've got a hydraulic option again, yes or no on the end. With that conditioning unit. So the 272, the 272 ED. Then the 312 is the larger one, and again this has got a conveyor belt on drum. I'll show you the plates and I'll show you the differences. Like I say, it's a little bit trickier to sort of see, but what we'll do, if we fold this one up, you'll see that that one has got these two sort of jockey wheels. Those two jockey wheels, when it says about the swath plate, it says right or both or no. That's both. So those black jockey wheels, and also it's got a plate underneath that the blades spin on. Now that I would have thought is the conveyor, but anyway, that's what the first set look like. We fold that back down again, you'll see the end folded up and that's folding back. Now I went for the other version of this, or one of the other versions of this, and you'll be able to see the difference. we fold that up, you'll see that one's only got the jockey wheel on the right. So that one was with both jockey wheels, that one's right. And I'll show you on the next set of mowers what difference that makes, if any. I just wanted to show you the difference in those. And then this one, we've got the sort of conditioning unit on it. So that's the smaller ones. That's the 262 and the 262 ED. I skipped out the 302, I think. Did I skip out the 302? What one did I go for here? So, this one then. So this is 352V. So that one hasn't got any on. Let's turn it down. So that should mow just like that. Disconnect. The next one I think has got right. This is what I was talking about, those swather plates. So that's got one to the right. Turn that on. Right. So you see it's swathing. So you don't have the option to adjust the swath. You've either got that one with no swath plates, which has got a wide swath. The right swath plate brings that stuff in from there in a little bit. And then what should happen then is the third one, which has got both, should bring that even narrower, so it'll bring it in from both sides into the middle. So if you can see both the wheels either side, drop that down. There you go. So we get a swath right in the middle of that one. I love the sound effects on those. It does say on the description, I think, taken from... I'm sure it says taken from actual mowers. Where does it say? Original mower sound, yeah. So we'll disconnect that. And then what we'll do is we'll have a look at the difference between a standard version and then the ED version. Can't remember what I went for on that. So these are, I mean, these are drums. These don't have the plate along the bottom. So this is the one that says... Ah, that's right, because if it runs across the top, it's got a belt conveyor that runs across that top bar that runs all the drums. So that will mow like that. So rather than having the plate, that's got drums. Different sound as well. Disconnect that, and then this one's got the conditioner. Now this can't be adjusted as far as I can tell. We'll hook up to this one, and if we lift it up and fold it, if you've gone for the hydraulic bit, it folds the whole end bit up like that. You see the difference on the back there? We've got a sort of conditioning unit and a swather bit on the back as well. So that's the ED version, also with drums. So that'll be the, that was the 272 ED, I think it was. Was that what it just said when I hooked up to it? Yeah. So let's turn that on. Now with this one, we don't have the option to adjust anything. We can fold the mower, lower the mower, turn it on and off. So we drop that down. Yeah, I mean it's in real life that's conditioning the grass as it goes, but it's working the same as the other ones. It just depends whether you want to go for the conditioner unit like that, which automatically swaths it all in, or you want to go for the other version, not the ED version, but then have the swather plates, so you either got none, right, or both. At the end of the day, they all mow. The level of detail on the mods is fantastic. They look great, really nicely made and detailed. It's a packed pack. There's loads going on with that. I hope I've done that justice. The Pertinger Nova Eurocat pack by Agrar Design Austria. Next we have got this. This is representative of a pack of 3. This is the HPN Series by Nazif Modding, AJ3D, Eric Isaac and Agro Mods. 33.19 megabytes download, 18 slots on console. We seem to have had a lot of various different versions of these. I'm no expert on this particular type of vehicle. I'm assuming between all the various different packs we've had, there are differences in model types and things like that. Like I say, I'm no expert on these. Whenever we get a pack like this, I'm thinking, I'm sure we've had these before, but there will be some subtle differences, I would imagine. Like I say, I'm no expert, but under trucks. So these will come down to horsepower. Options are slightly different on some parts, but not everything. So we've got the LS1620 is a 211 horsepower, the 1633 is 331 horsepower, and the LS1938 is 380 horsepower. Options on this one, and some of these will be the same. So on all of them, the front grille, you've got Design 1, Design 2, Design 3, puts the leaves, then Design 4 has the lizard logo and sort of the leaf laurel symbol. You've got wheel design, same on all of them, hubcaps with air, hubcaps 2, which puts them on the front with air or off, radio antenna, left, right, both, off. Then we've got latches, plastic, primary, so this depends on what colours you pick for everything else, or chrome, plastic 2, which puts a surrounding around the latches as well, chrome, or back to normal. Then you've got fuel tank, plastic, this is the strapping, plastic, primary, or chrome, so options on those. Decorative lanterns, that's lighting on the back. You've got yellow, you've got red, green, blue, or no. Then you've got airfoil, side sections, deflector or full airfoil, or no. Frontal suspension, yes or no. You've got stair lights, no. You've got orange, orange 2, orange 3, red, red 2, red 3, white, white 2, white 3, or no. Main colour, anything on that palette for the main vehicle, and if you've gone for the primary for the straps or anything like that, or the door handles and things like that, then you've got front grille, we can change that colour like that, bumper like that, fender, which is on the back like that, rim colour, any one of those, including a silver, a stainless steel and a chrome, like so, and then license plate option on there too. So if we move over to the LS1633, everything else is the same apart from when we get to stickers. So you've got sticker options, we've got stickers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or no. Everything else is exactly the same. All the options are exactly the same on that. Then we move on to the LS1938, couple of different options on this. So we start off with the 4x2, but we've also got a 6x2 option. So the longer version, that's the first difference. All the other options are the same, but this one we've got stickers, and we've got stickers standard 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and no. So far more sticker options and slightly different sticker design. So we've got the 4x2 or 6x2 and the sticker options. Other than that, everything else is exactly the same options wise on all of them. Like I say, the difference in 3 being horsepower and a couple of other different options on there. So I went for the 1938 with the full airfoil section. Stair lights, I think I went orange 3. I went for the primary colour on the straps for the tanks. What else did I go for? I went for the front suspension. Didn't go for the antennas. We'll hop in, start it up. Horn. It's weird. Lifting axle, we can raise and lower the lifting axle at the back. So if you can see that going up, there we go, up into the mudguard. So rear axle is lifted. We've then got open cover, which does our frontal suspension, if you've got that on or not. We've got our lights, which if you've gone for the stair lights, depending on which options, it puts the stair lights on as well. I think I went for green lights in the back. There we go. If you've gone for that option as well. Does sound good. Interior. Nicely detailed. Light options, lights up dashboard, but then we've also got for our mirrors L1 and right stick side to side. We can adjust our mirrors to the position you want them so you can get perfect visibility. Then if we go R1 and right stick side to side, we can do the same thing with our right mirrors. Again, get it just right so you can see down the side of the vehicle for a reversing. Lush. That's the HPN Series by Nazif Modding, AJ3D, Eric Isaac and Agro Mods. Which brings me on to the last of the mods for Friday 27th of October and part 2 of the mod review, and it's this, or should I say these. Now these came out I think on PC the other day, but this is the Kirovets, I don't care what it says, the Kirovets K7 series Lizard by Fliegl. 98.96 megabytes download. We've got the K7 and the K7M. The K7 is the older version, yeah, is the older version, I think 2020. And then we've got the K7M, which is the new souply dooply. Oh, that's so, I mean, it's a lovely looking tractor. I really do like this, with some interesting options. The options are slightly different on both, so I will show the options on both of them. But oh, it's gorgeous. Right, don't know why I did that. Under large tractors, out on the end. We'll start with the K7 series, the older version. That one slot count of 27 comes down to 2. So we've got the K735 2020. So 354 horsepower, 401 horsepower, 428. I think the horsepower is the same on both of them. It does put the price up a little bit, but yeah, 428 horsepower. We've then got wheel brand, Michelin, Mitas, Continental, and back again under Michelin. On this version, we've got twins and standard, Mitas, twins and standard, Continental, twin and standard. Back to Michelin. We've then got silencer and antenna. So at the moment we're standard. We've got muffler forward. Then you've got antenna at the front with muffler to the side. Don't even see the antenna, it's difficult to see. There we go. Then you've got antenna at the back with muffler to the side. Then we've got muffler to the front with antenna at the front, muffler to the front, antenna at the back, back to standard. We've then got, now that's in Russian, but that's actually weights. Standard, you've got weights on the front and you've got weights underneath the back, just in front of the rear axle where the wheels are. That's standard. You can have them at the front, you can have them at the back, or off completely. You see that? They disappeared from the back and you see through to the axle. Then you've got glass tint. This is a few different options here. You've got standard, stripe at the top, stripe on top and at the back, so it kind of tints the whole lot. You've then got back glass tint, stripe at the bottom, stripe at the bottom and the back. You can have top and bottom and back, or full tint, so you can have like a little strip you look out of, like looking out of the Enterprise, like a starship. Full tint or back to standard again. We've then got filter standard, we've got lonk, or we've got the GY2 are options. Beacon light standard, left only, or both, or no. We've then got warning signs, yes or no. You've got numbering 1 through 9. We've then got attachers. On the back we've got standard or a sort of standard drawbar, so standard and standard 2, 3-point or drawbar. This one we've got interior colour of grey, grey 2 or beige. You've got work light standard, you've got round headlights. I think standards are LEDs and the round headlights as an option. We've got main colour, this does the framework, so we can change that and make that much lighter framework. There's a whole load of different options there, onyx black, and you know, so we can go much darker or much lighter, it's up to you, like that. Main colour, and we've got selections. These fade as you go through them. So you've got red light gloss 2, red gloss, red dark gloss, you've got yellow 2. Then it goes on to the same ones again, but it runs through them, but they get progressively more faded. So for example, if I put on the red dark gloss like that, and if I come down and we go to red dark gloss 4, it's more faded, so it looks older, probably more matte as well. It looks more faded, but more, they seem to go where it says gloss, matte, satin, depends how you sort of look at it, but it looks more matte as you go through those options. We've then got glass colour on this one, so we can change the tint colour of the glass through a whole range there, like that. Rim colour option, anything on that palette, including a silver, so you can pick and choose from those as well. Right, then we go on to the K7M, so the newer version, same options, 354, 401, 428 horsepower. Now differences, we've got Michelin, Mitas, Continental back again, but we've got standard, twins, and then we've got wides, chunky boys on each of them. Nice. Silencer antennas the same, weights are the same, glass tints the same, filters the same, beacon lights the same, warning signs are the same, numbering's the same, attachers, main colour for the framework, the main colour, the glass colour, rim colour and number plate are all the same. Difference on this one, you don't have the option to change the interior. It's beige, you kind of have a grey option for the interior on this one. So it's really just the tyres and obviously the look of it because it's the newer version. So let's jump in the old one first. So I went for the strip at the front, tinted all round lights rather than the LEDs. Open crane tool does the rear hitch. There's no doors or windows that open. So I loved the Kirovets when I did Carpathian, so having a modern one, oh, you notice the difference as well on the front. The lighting's different on the front grille. Interior with the tinting, with that little strip across the front. I went for the left beacon on this one and the standard exhaust as well. Notice the differences have more finned grille to the side. Turn the beacon off, engine off, hop out. That one I went for weights, the back, none at the front. This one I think I went weights all round, I think, pretty sure. So that one's got the more sort of modernised open grille to the side, lighting top and bottom. I went for twin beacons, I went for the different exhaust on it, like I said, the weights, no tint on this one. And I went for the big chunky tyres rather than the twins. It's nice, very nice indeed. That's the Kirovets Lizard K7 Series by Fliegl. That's it for the mods for the 27th of October. I got there. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.